Hi, good evening. It is Christine Keeland and Renee Keene, and we're at Renee's property here. She has a beautiful labyrinth at her farm, and it's called Scenaria, actually.
Yes.
Because this property, everything has a consciousness, and this property goes by Scenaria. And we do a moon meditation every month. We invite people out. This month we're just doing it by ourselves. We typically walk the labyrinth, but tonight we're actually going to just go into the consciousness of the moon. And then we will do a meditation at the end. But in between that, we're also going to have some channeling and some wisdom and some delightfulness from the beings that are with us tonight.
Absolutely.
Yeah. It's fun to be together, isn't it?
It is. Yes. We love it.
Yeah.
So this will be just a little info on this wonderful super pink moon that is coming in here this evening. As you know, we are always in the presence of the full moon. It may not always show itself to us, but we always are in its presence. So if you enjoy the full moon energy, it's great when you call it in for yourself. And each moon brings its own stuff. Mm-hmm. So this pink, super pink moon is what they're calling it, will be the largest super moon that we will see in the year 2020. And the name, the pink moon, it goes back for a number of different things, and it depends on what resource you look at as to why it's named that. Some people say that it's because of the pink flocks that come in the spring. Others say it has to do with Mars and how close Mars is to the Earth, and as we know, Mars is the red planet, so then it becomes the pink moon in between. However, the moon will not be pink. It will not look pink at all unless you get some great visuals tonight, which could happen. Anyhow, enjoy this moon. It comes to us in Libra as the zodiac sign, and Libra is the scales or the balancing of justice. So what this energy is going to bring to us, it does, doesn't it? This is going to help us be inspired to join in the collective consciousness. And the balancing of the scales helps with showing us that there's always a silver lining and being very conscious of what that looks like. We're supposed to hold on to the goodness and share the light with those around us. There's a lot of cosmic goodness that comes in with this moon as well. So tap into that whenever you possibly can.
And it actually feels like for the next 2 weeks, it's this beautiful platform of stability, even with all, there's obviously there's different energies and different emotions going on, but we're kind of holding steady the next 2 weeks. And and in the center of this energy is, and it actually looks like pink and silver to me with a little bit of lavender. It's pulsating. It pulses out peace and calm. So just tap into the peace and calm whenever it suits you. And it's actually just saying, I'm tapping into the peace and calm of this beautiful moon energy, and you automatically do it.
And you go right to it.
And you will feel it.
You go right to it.
Yeah.
The other thing that it's encouraging you to do is to create a practice, if you haven't already, of gratitude. Creating the practice of gratitude each and every day helps you to see all the wonderful, glorious, beautiful things that you have in your life. There's no reason to see that there's anything less than. Everything that you have is filled with beauty, joy, graciousness, love, compassion. And so when you tap into gratitude, you can totally feel all of that within your being. Part of this celestial synergy is that there is nothing to be afraid of. There is truth in maintaining a healthy balance and believing that you have the faith in yourself is your best medicine. It's your best tool for getting through that. Showing that your true self. Full moons are always about relationship and relationship with those you're close to and those you're not close to. So it's always going to show you where you may need to improve some relationships. You also get the chance to decide what relationships you want to continue or what relationships no longer serve you. So those can be relationships in the physical, those can be relationships that you have in your heart with your truth, your beauty, your family, your existence here on Gaia, all of those pieces.
And really look at what relationships fill you up with the love and the joy and that gratitude and that delight in being with the person. and just being aware, is this true in all my relationships, in any of my relationships, and where do I want to encourage this if it's maybe less than?
Yes. I'm going to leave this with the fact that you should, there I go using the should word, taking that out. However, we're going to encourage you to embrace your inner self. Embrace what is within you. Set the scales of balance in your own being to balance, which means you're going to look at this side and this side, and you're going to weigh things out to see what is your truth and how you feel about certain circumstances. And from there, I'm going to lead you into the little story that kind of took me down a little trip rabbit hole, whatever you want to call it, last night. My husband was watching television, and I was sitting with him working on a project, and there were commercial after commercial after commercial, and I was getting, I'm just going to say, pissed off. They were just really aggravating me. And I thought, why are these commercials so, what is going on? And it was all about the whole idea of we're in this together, and in these uncertain times, such and such and such is true. And I thought, I got to stop. I got to go sit for a few minutes and figure out what rabbit hole this is taking me down. And it didn't take more than a couple minutes for me to realize it's because it was all about controlling. And the more I listened to it, the more I recognized that I was being programmed into believing that we are in uncertain times, and that we don't possess within our own beings our own right to decide what works and what doesn't. And I thought, that's why these commercials are just really getting to me, because every single one was about we're all together. Well, or it's uncertain times. Yeah, we are all together in the collective. We're all together in a number of ways, but this time right now, this time is for searching your own soul. This time is for you diving deep into yourself and figuring out who you are and who you want to be. We don't all want to be the same thing. The same thing isn't what's gonna appeal to you or to me. But it's not about listening to someone dive you into a deeper hole of I would just say, like, negative values or negative consciousness. This is a time to go to the collective consciousness in your highest and best self and look at who you are and where you want to go, what you want to be, who you truly are, your authentic self. So I would encourage you to look at things from that light.
And even just for your own way, we're really encouraging everybody to be aware of everything, and then it's a decision. But if you even, and just see if this works for you, but even say the words, I'm so uncertain. This is uncertain times. I'm not sure what's going to happen. Where does that, like, maybe on a scale of 1 through 10, if you're feeling some anxiety or certainty, how does that make you feel? Does it make, you get to decide. We're not going to tell you.
You get to decide.
Or is it perhaps more helpful to do that? I trust that I can understand change. I trust my own wisdom, and I trust that whatever I can navigate life. It's more about trust. So is it uncertainty? Does that work for you? And does it make you feel better or worse? We're not going to tell you which way it will. Or is it trusting? That's all I'm going to say about it, because we just want to let you find your own truth, your own authentic,
your own path,
path,
whatever that is for
and
you.
your body communicates to you how you feel.
Yep.
So
and it's in the recognizing of it,
yeah,
and acknowledging that it's theirs, that you can go dive in and figure out what piece is either very right for you or very not so right for you.
Yeah.
And a lot of it is acknowledging for yourself what words might trigger you or what words might not. The other piece that I really picked up on when I was working on the full moon meditation part was to work on being unattached to things. And by that I mean I'm not attached to the outcome. So sometimes that's very easy and sometimes that's very difficult, but this full moon will help work towards that, because we're talking about balance. So if we're not attached to the outcome of whatever it might be in your life, your existence, if you're not attached to it, it's much easier to I'm just going to say it's much easier to go through if you're not attached to what the outcome is. Then you don't have all that extra baggage hanging on you.
Yep.
Okay.
And you just really go right from your soul self, and your heart is kind of what
leads you.
leads you and what you're listening to,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Instead of the should, that should be a certain way, or a relationship should be a
Mhm,
certain way,
mhm.
or the way somebody's handling a situation, right?
Yeah.
If you can pull yourself out of that and just, this is just an experience,
Mhm.
as everyday life is just an experience. And how do we best serve ourselves? And then that's how you best serve the people around you, people you love. So thanks for sharing that. I think that was really
Okay,
important, a good awareness piece. And somebody else could watch those commercials and not,
Not be phased.
or
Yep.
they'd get teary-eyed, or they'd be, it's there's nothing that's not right.
Yes.
There's nothing that's not right. There's no right or wrong in this situation.
Important to remember that.
Right. So again,
That's just my experience.
yeah. And I can relate to that a little bit. So again, I want to thank y'all for tuning in and showing up with us tonight. We've got
Who's coming?
we got some help
Who's
coming in tonight. And it is about, and we're gonna do some toning first, just help everybody's individual streams of light, your tube of light, and really your pillar of light, to get more in alignment with actually the moon energy that's in right now, and yourself, and the earth. And please join in if that feels right to you. I've been getting a lot of feedback from people. They've been toning with themselves, with their pets, with their animals, with their households. So this is not something that's just specific to somebody that's intuitive, or somebody that you think is wiser than you, or is getting clearer information. It's just you can just open up and let it come in.
Create a frequency.
Yeah, create a frequency. And it just kind of, they're coming in a lot. So we've got light beings coming in from all quadrants and from many, many different galaxies, and they're all here they're creating a rainbow contingency of just to help us navigate this next couple weeks really with the most grace and ease, and that you have your sorry guys, so that's it. So sometimes I forget what I do all the time, but so we've got all these light beings coming in from all over.
Welcome.
And they're just bringing in rings, and there's a lavender ring, and then there's a pink ring, and they all have a different frequency and vibration. But what they're doing as I'm talking, I'll take a pause, is they're looking at each person who's with us in this moment, this now moment, and whether you're listening next week or 10 years from now, or every time you listen to it, it's actually because we live in a quantum field. There is no such thing as time, and all possibilities happen all the time. So you will listen to this 3 or 4 different times, and you'll get a different response. And so actually I'm talking now because they're just kind of looking at everybody. Just kind of doing a scan of everybody's physicality and what will be best for them. And then we're going to bring in, like I said, we'll bring in what's best for you.
Mm-hmm.
And then we'll bring in some light language to it, sounds like, and we'll let you know who's coming in at each time.
Okay.
And dancing. So it feels like some of you, maybe it'll be Renee and I think it will be Renee and I too, get up and do some dancing, because this part of becoming more aware of yourself and in the greater cosmos and the world and the way you're participating is to have the movement with the soul and the body, the earth, the sun, the moon, the stars,
Mm-hmm.
the collective consciousness, and all beings on the planet, however they're showing up. And I can feel some anxiety over on this side, so we're going to look at whoever that is. We send you lots of love and compassion to help you through the anxious times. If that's what's resonating with you, that's not for everybody. Again, we're not judging it. We're just letting you know that you have support too. There, that's gone. See how quickly that went?
Mm-hmm.
Super, super quickly.
Mm-hmm.
So, this is like Syrian, but Solarian, solar beings from, and yep. So it's solar beings, and from it's probably a little nervousness on my part of stating things out loud.
Oh my!
In a little bit different
Oh
way than I
my!
normally do. So it's like putting it on paper. That I'm not just working with light beings, but actually their names. So solar beings are coming in right now. The lunar beings are with us too. This Arcturians, Palladians, Andromedans. They're gonna each come in and identify and say hello to you real quickly. This is, if you're listening to this, not only are you interested in the moon meditation, but you're also interested in knowing a little bit more awareness about what's, I just call it the greater world, right? What's always visible, what we always have available to us. But, and actually I can see some of you doing that. People have been getting really lightheaded and vibrations in the ears, perhaps. You're just tuning into a greater, and again, it's greater and lesser's, you know,
It's a deeper awareness.
And that you're tapping into, you're actually going into higher vibration. It may not be all the time, but you're resonating with it. And Sirius, that's Sirius. Sirius, if you want to look us up. And it's a nice blend of me and them, so it's not like a trance. It's just we're doing this in harmony and together, which is really how you work best with your spiritual teams, your energetic teams. They're not taking over you or doing anything with you, for you. They're doing it with you. Yeah. So and that's Palladian, and then a little bit of Arcturians come in and help with that too. And we will translate into English for you what Christine is bringing in through our highest light language. And as she has mentioned before, that when we are a different vibration, we do not use English words. We barely use, we use telepathy, as you would call it. We use our force field to communicate with each other. So, but we do our best to bring it into you, something that makes sense to you. And what we're encouraging you is to remember the delight within your being. The delightfulness you experienced before you took physical form, and that was your greatest desire, was to have physical form with, for momentary, limited awareness of self. It's like the greatest, Christine heard today that Al Kaline died yesterday, and that was a big sports figure in her family when she was a little girl. So it's like the greatest World Series. How do you participate in the greatest event? How do you participate in really, like, all the masters are here. All the professionals are lined up. You are one of the professionals if you're in physical body. And how do you start to remember all that you are, have been, and will be? And we are just here to help you assist with that. After listening to this meditation, and Renee will continue tonight with some music and things, many of you are going to have deeper dreams, deeper sleep. So if some of you have not been sleeping, you're going to get deeper sleep. You're going to get deeper awareness. Somebody's going to feel like there's some runny noses coming in. Be aware that the runny nose is not a viral thing. It's ascension. It's an ascension symptom for you. And it's being aware of the physicality of your body, and then how that is your emotional field, and then what do you do with that emotion, right? And we would like to bring to you some more activations. We're going to bring in some moon codes, and for those of you that are very visual, you'll see it'll look like strands of like beading coming down. You may see in different colors, because as we said, we've got the rainbow contingency here, and Christine can hear that Kermit the Frog song going, the Rainbow Connection. So I guess we're going a little deep dive into my childhood tonight, but whatever makes you happy, right? So
Put a smile on your face.
This is coming in from the angelic realm of comfort and support to really help ease some troubled hearts. Take a deep breath. Let this song and vibration come into your being. And if it works for you, just picture this beautiful pink, it's more pink than rose, this pink silver line, silver platinum coming in through your body, comes in through the top of your crown, and it's just going in between all your cells. It's really just you are allowing love from yourself, from your highest self. The angelic realm is here to help you with that. Good reminder that to all of you that you are multi-talented, multi-gifted, and multi-dimensional. So we like to come in like layered on top of each other, and we prefer to have a symphony of all our voices together instead of one this is only us and this is only we each like to kind of take a front row in the orchestra pit. Yeah, so and then this song is going to each participant, and it's kind of got you in this beautiful pink, like a cocoon, and it's going to stay with you for the next 36 hours. So just another deep breath, take that in. And I can see like silver, like a silk cocoon going on everybody with this pink and the silver. For everybody that's these are encodements coming in, so it comes in from each quarter. Each participant, each light being here has something forward, new to bring forward for the greatest help to humanity at this time. So it's really a cocktail of love. It's a cocktail of love. Not one of us, just like not one of you has the only answer or the right, quote, right vibration or the right sound or the right, the right Valentine card.
There you go.
We combine it all together, and it's the best for humanity. And so when you go out, this is your invitation throughout this next 2 weeks, is to take the best of yourself. And it's a feeling. I feel so good to be me. Take that, and then if it works for you, go through the list of everybody you think of and send that feeling to them, and they will receive the best of them. Not so much they receive it because it's already there. They will have an explosion of self-awareness, even if it's just like that. Wow, this is my best, right? And I see all the little children kind of gathering, and it's like, yeah, so, and soaking it all up. So the next 36 hours, you're gonna have more awareness of yourself and what really is like your yummy part, your yummiest part of the day, the yummiest part of yourself. And just ask for more of it, because it's gonna keep coming in at greater velocity for you. And you are in charge of how much you feel, how much you receive, and how much you give out. You are totally in the driver's seat.
Yep.
This is all about you. And then how we ascend humanity together.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I also want to add that frequently I've been asked when I've toned and used light language and things, like, how do you do that? Where does that come from? What is this? Well, you've all had a song in your head, haven't you? Throughout life,
Perfect.
You get a song in your head. Now, a song can be a song you've heard on the radio, or it can be something you're creating yourself, or it could just be a tone. So instead of, I'm going to encourage you, you get to decide again, but instead of holding all of that like in here in this thinking head, how about if you let it out and let your heart envelop it? Send your heart with it. Just try it, maybe in the shower or wherever you are, but we all get those tones. I'll get a tone in my head, and I've got it going all day long.
Yeah.
And I know that's the Earth's response, giving me what's best for me, and as long as I receive it, yay. But I would encourage you, we've all had those sounds, those songs in our head or in our ear. There's a little high pitch or something. It's like, what's that? Well, try and make that sound and just see how it opens you up. So in the next couple of weeks, I would encourage you to listen for that.
And it truly
hear
connects
it.
us.
It
You know,
does.
one voice connects to another. You've seen on YouTube or you've seen on Facebook, you know, where cities are doing it together. And then my little Mina's here right now. She's not physically here with me, my little granddaughter, but she wanted me to remind everybody yesterday. She was talking to me and she said, remind everybody that we are learning English when we come into the physical body. You think we're just babbling. We're kind of transitioning out of our
Yeah.
normal, our origin, our family
Our
of origin, light
telepathy
language,
and-
our
yeah.
language. And so it sounds like we're babbling, and we do have this kind of, you know, it's actually getting used to the physical form of the body again. So you're just going to remember, I don't know why, but Mina wanted me to tell you that, guys, that. So
Good job, Mina.
that babies are already doing light language, and then they have to learn how to do English.
Yeah.
So now we're just doing the reverse. We forgot the light language. We remember the English.
And we're
Now
bringing it
remembering the
back.
light language
We're
again.
bringing it back.
Yeah, and all of you have it.
It's within all of us.
Yes. So, good time for that song, you think? Anything you want
I
to add?
think that we're going to move into just a little bit of a meditation. So I want you to get comfortable wherever you are. It's not going to last long, but there's a beautiful piece of music that we'll listen to. And right now, I'd like you to take a couple really deep breaths. Breathe in fully all the way. Bring that breath down to your toes. Get yourself even more comfortable, even more comfortable. One more great big breath coming all the way in down to your toes, and then release that breath fully and completely. Let it go, and we'll take one more deep breath. And we're gonna just meditate a little bit on this song. So here we go.
May my voice be strong and this step be light. May my learning come on this wheel of time. As a breath be took, may the lessons glide swiftly as a wind, gentle as a sigh. Hear it calling me home. Hear it calling me listening. Hear it calling my soul. Come and be my guide, walking by my side. As a breath be taken, given.
feels complete.
Thought it was quite interesting that the airplane went over.
Right? So did I.
That was pretty
So-
cool. Okay, thank you all
Thank
for
you.
joining us.
Appreciate it, and just embrace this moon energy that's here right now and make it part of your daily life. Again, energies are always with you. You just decide
Everything's
which one you
energy.
want to, which one you want to kind of be focused on. Thank
Your
you.
choice.
We'll be back
Bye.
later. Bye-bye.